Hello, welcome to the Craft House. Here we are on Saturday. It is afternoon, isn't it? It's afternoon here in the UK, definitely. I'm not quite sure where we are actually. In the US, of course, it's late morning, isn't it? Or early morning if you're on the West Coast. So bright, brand new morning to you on the West Coast of the US. And we've got viewers all over the world as well, I know. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It's lovely to have your company. And welcome to the Craft House. And the Craft House is brilliant because the Craft House is the show that we get you involved with as well. And you're going to be a very special member of our team very, very shortly. But an even more special member of our team is right here with me right now in the Craft House. It's our gorgeous Debbie Robinson. Debbie!
Good afternoon, hello and welcome. And do you know what? Am I allowed to have a favourite show of the week?
Yes, of course you are.
Good, because this is the one. This is the one that is fast become my favourite. I adore this show. It's absolutely fabulous. And do you know why I adore it so much? Not only do we have some great products at some great prices and some great demonstrations lined up for you, but we get to meet you guys. And this is what I love. And I'm so excited about today's because I know this lovely lady and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's got to show us. Oh,
it's going to be absolutely brilliant. We are going to love it. Now, we are featuring, I'm going to keep you in suspense for just one moment before we meet our special guest. We are setting up the live satellite links around the world to see where we're going. We're going to be talking about our brand new Christmas Creator Card Christmas panel dies, Debbie. I launched them with Sarah. So, you calling me Joe, me calling Sarah. Let's call the whole thing off. Yes, we launched them with Sarah on Thursday morning, and oh my word, how popular they already are. There are 4 different options for you. We've put a bundle together of all 4, which is the night before Christmas. You've got Nostalgic Christmas, which is the lovely Christmas decorations. You've got the Nordic reindeer, which is way out in the lead. And we've got the lovely Bethlehem scene as well. Listen, I have to tell you before we even start the show, we're 1 minute into the show so far. And I've just written my resignation letter somehow in words. But I can tell you straight away on sales leading up to the show, 40% of our stock has sold out and gone. So you will need to be super quick. I know this is a collection that's starting to get everyone's attention. And Debbie, obviously, with it only launching on Thursday, this is the first time you're working with it as well, isn't it?
Oh, it is, and I'm so excited. Let me just tell you how excited I was when they told me that these were going to be on the show today. Do you know when you have those little happy dancers? Do you know like when you get your do you know when you're waiting for a postman to bring all your crafter's companion goodies and you get that little happy jig? That's exactly how I felt when I found out these gorgeous Creator Card panels were going to be on the show today. So yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. I'm just showing you very quickly though because I know how fast these are going. Yeah. So I just want to show you some of the samples of each one of these. So I mean, you can see this beautiful, I mean, it's just stunning. It just depicts Christmas so well. And this is just one design. That's that beautiful Bethlehem one. This gorgeous one over the roof. So look at Santa Rosa's rooftops. I love this design. This panel that is just beautiful. Nicole's done a grand job with this one. Now look at this gorgeous one. This is by a lovely lady called Rachel, one of our design team members. And this is absolutely beautiful. Look at this gorgeous card again. Let me just move it over there so you can see that. Look at this. It's what we call a double easel card. But look how beautiful that is with those Christmas baubles on there, or Christmas ornaments as our lovely friends in America call these. Absolutely gorgeous. And then lastly, look at him. The Nordic Christmas is absolutely beautiful. Sorry, the Nordic reindeer. I love this. There's so many things you can do with these panels. I'm going to show you just a few different ways that you can use them because Creator Card are exactly what they say on the tin. They create a card instantly and they're so easy to use. I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to get cracking with the demonstrations. I'm just so excited about the show.
It's brilliant. Honestly, this is going to be a packed 2 hours, let me tell you. And they are a one-pass wonder as well. But of course, you can run them through many times. I've got an excellent diorama in front of me there of the Nordic reindeer. I have to tell you, as an individual, the Nordic reindeer, did you say half the stock, Johnny? half the stock of the Nordic reindeer on its own, because you can buy them individually, you can buy them as a multi-buy as well, any two for $25 or $35. But the whole big bundle here, which is all four, also comes with a 10-sheet pack of your solar gold glitter card as well, which is really, really good. And again, masses of you have gone for the big collection already. Only launched 2 days ago, so literally 48 hours ago was the launch with Sarah here. So really, really excited. Any questions you've got about that as we go along as well, any questions you've got for Debbie as well, just get them in studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll continue what we started this morning, which was talking about International Cat Day, because it is International Cat Day today. So we would love to see pictures of your marvellous moggies at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We would love to see them. Now, also on the show today, we have, and I think, I have to tell you, one of the most incredible sets of Edgeable dies. For me, some of the most versatile you could ever wish for. It's a really, really lovely collection, let me tell you. And you've got 6 of them for that price there of £38 or $66. Now, they are incredible and very, very, very versatile as well. So you've got cascading circles, which I absolutely adore. How different for an Edgeable this is. And then we have the heart confetti. I mean, for any celebration, that's beautiful. Look at the way that one's been coloured up there in the example. Then you've got an elegant rose, which ties it into so many of the floral collections that we've got here at Crafters Companion. This one is my favourite, runaway favourite. I feel like I've never seen an Edgeable like this before. And this one is called Balloon Bouquet, and I just adore it. And wait until you see some of the samples that Debbie's got for that one. It's beautiful. And then you've got Butterfly Breeze, which is very, very delicate. Lots and lots of details. Very funny, kind of intricate lace work. And then you've got this one, and this one you will use and use and use, and that one is called your party cake. So the full 6-piece collection there, all of those really, really versatile dies there. £38, $66. It's incredible. Now, Debbie, this Edgeables collection is a collection that you know absolutely intimately, don't you? You really, really adore these ones.
I do, because I was lucky enough to launch these for the UK over at Create and Craft. I'm going back a couple of months now, a few months ago. But can I just tell you, it was I'm not going to lie, it was one of the most successful shows I'd ever done. And I know just how much people love these. They've got that modern twist to an Edgeable. They're so easy to use, they're fun to use, and some of the things that you're going to be able to create with them, I'm really, really looking forward to sharing with you. So stay tuned, because these can they be some of my favourites, Derek?
Oh, yeah, of course they can.
Am I allowed?
Listen,
yes. We're some of my favourite Edgeables ever.
It's the weekend, Debbie. Anything can go at the weekend, anything you like. Now, our social superstars are sending your messages through from Facebook and from YouTube and from our Facebook pages as well. So I'm going to say hello straight away to Mariah, who is watching right now, saying, morning everyone, wanted to stop in and get inspired. Sandy Gaffney says, good morning. What a great way to start my Saturday. Thank you for being with us. Charlotte's in Thompson in Georgia. Good to see Derek and Debbie this morning. Sharon has ordered Nordic reindeer already, and the Bethlehem scene. So she's obviously got those on a multi-buy. They are flying out. Remember, it is half of the stock of the Nordic reindeer on its own has gone, and do take advantage of the multi-buy on those as well, because it's 2 for £25, isn't it? Yeah, 2 for £25 or $35, which is brilliant. Elgars on YouTube says, hello everyone, good to see you, Derek and Debbie. I love these Christmas cards, says a Suli as well on Facebook. Listen, keep in touch with us as well. We'd love to see your comments. Now, I did say that we had a guest with us here on Craft House as well, so time now to keep you in suspense. No more. Let's go live by the magic of, I don't know how it works, lots of bean tins and string. And we're going to Portsmouth to say hello, Rachel Webber. Come on in. How are you? Welcome to the Craft House. Is this your first time on Crafters TV?
It is indeed, yes.
But
yes.
You have a very, very strong connection to Crafters Companion. Tell me about that.
Well, I've been a member of the design team for about 6 years, on and off, 6 years.
So tell me,
2014.
You know fair well that I've just rolled in off a fair wind into Crafters Companion in the last few weeks here. So what does being a member of our design team actually involve? Tell me, I'm fascinated, because lots of people want to be one.
I get to play with the products first. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so some of the wonderful samples that come in for Debbie and Craig and the rest of our guests here, they're your work.
Absolutely. It's so lovely to see it on television because, you know, you go, that's mine. So that's really exciting.
Bit of a proud moment.
It is, definitely, yeah.
So very, very quickly, before we get started, because I know we need to get cracking, there's never enough time, but I love to chat, as you know, and that's what Craft House is about. So tell me about your crafty journey. Have you always been crafting since you were a little girl? Did it come to you later, or how did it happen?
My mum tried to teach me to knit, but I'm left-handed, so she didn't manage that. But
me too.
I managed to teach myself when I was about 10. I knit, sew, crochet, cross stitch I've done, and then a good few years ago now I came across crafting on Celly Telly, as it were. And I thought, oh, you know, the cards, I thought I can have a go at that. And you start off with a little tiny box of stuff, and as you can see behind me,
yes. Am I right in assuming that's only probably quite a marginal proportion of your stash?
You're only seeing one wall. You can't see what's in front of me, and what's on the floor around me, and it's like an obstacle course in this room. So people try and avoid coming in here, except me.
Everyone gets bitten by the bug, don't they? Completely and utterly. And it's a joy.
Absolutely.
Listen, it's a joy to have you with us this afternoon. And listen, you're going to be crafting along with
I am indeed, yeah.
Are you doing the panel dies as well? You've got all the panel dies there, have you?
I have got the panel dies, and I'm hoping to make a wall hanging with the Night Before Christmas.
Oh, fabulous.
That's lit up.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant.
Hopefully.
I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll keep track of what's going on with you as we go through the show then. And it's good, actually, that you're doing Night Before Christmas because, Debbie, your first demo is the traditional Christmas, isn't it? Which is the lovely festive ornaments, isn't it?
It is indeed. The nostalgic Christmas is what they're called. So it's the baubles that I'm going to be starting with, or the ornaments. However, I have seen a couple of the comments. Everybody's starting to call them Christmas baubles now, because that's what we refer to them as. Now, the creator cards, and I'm going to show you. Can I show you all of them first? Can we just quickly go into there so that you can see them? The creator card range. This is what we talk about when we talk about creator card. You can do this with these dies with simple ease. You can create your own panel on the card. We've done it in black and white so that you can see them. This is what I'm going to start with, but you can see that gorgeous design where you can cut out a frame, and you also have the Christmas baubles there as that beautiful design. The lovely one that I'm really excited to see Rach do, I really can't wait to see what she's done with this one, which is the Night Before Christmas. Again, it's got that beautiful traditional scene of Christmas with Father Christmas and his reindeers going over all those houses. But again, that it gives you the capability to create, if you wanted, your card straight away. Then we've got this beautiful Nordic reindeer. Again, really, really beautiful to use, and again, straightforward cutting in black and white cardstock. And then the Bethlehem one as well, which again is just exquisite. It really is beautiful. And for me, this sums up a traditional Christmas scene. It's what I think of. So now, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go straight in with this. I'm going to show you some of the things that we've got and some amazing samples that we have as well. But I'm just going to show you exactly what each one of these dies looks like. So you have your creator card 2 die pieces. So we have what we call a frame on the outside. So this piece is separate to this piece. So you have your decorative element here, which means you can cut straight into your cardstock. And because it doesn't have this one over the top, it means you can keep that into your cardstock without having to cut it out. Does that make sense? This bit enables you to cut a frame out or a panel out, and I'm going to do that on the one later on today. Now then, I've just taken some black cardstock to start with, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to create myself a little bit of a see-through easel, is the way I like to describe this one. So I've taken a piece of cardstock. They're both the same size. Now these dies measure at 4 by 4 inches. So I've taken my cardstock and I've made it into a 5 by 5 easel card. I've already put my score line. So this piece measures at 10 by 5, and then I've scored that down the middle. What I want to do to create that lovely see-through effect, and I'm going to make sure I've got it the right way around because Debbie is notorious for getting things wrong when she's demonstrating, but I'm just going to pop that into the centre of the bit that's got the fold on. So, and I need to take this down, and I want to create it separate. I'm not even using this panel. This panel I can keep to one side for the time being because I want it to remain in the cardstock. So I'm going to bring in some of our low tack tape, and I'm going to stick that down, centralise it, pop that down into the centre, and again just on there, and then I'm going to run it through my Gemini when I remember what I've done with my plates. There we go. So I'm going to pop that on. There we go, lovely. And then it's because it's a thin metal die, the combination is as standard with a thin metal die. We have our plastic shim, magnetic shim, and lastly, our other cutting plate there as well. So I'm just going to run that through my Gemini. Now, I'm using the big Gemini with the Gemini Junior plates, but literally, all I'm going to do is run that through one pass, and this is why Derek called them a one-pass wonder, because they truly are a one-pass wonder. Let's just take that off, and if I lift this, let's just lift that out. I mean, look at that. Did you see that? I haven't even poked anything out, and it's just literally completely and utterly just fallen all out of there. It does mean that I need to clean my die because the Baileys are still in the die. However, I can't get over that, Derek. It's that one pass wonder technology that we talk about. One pass of your Gemini. Obviously, the Gemini is our powerhouse of a machine, and it really does work. But look, I mean, I'm just tapping. You would take care and use your poker tool and tap out, but look at that, straight out, nice clean die, ready to go again. So to create this see-through easel panel, I've taken another piece of cardstock. So if I just show you here, I've got this one ready. This is my base. It's all ready to go. And then I'm going to do exactly the same again, where I centralize it just into there, and I'm going to take that down again, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to create that see-through easel. And I want to do it in step-by-step stage. I know we've only got 2 hours, Derek, but honestly, I want to try and get as much as I can crammed in. Plus, see our gorgeous Rachel's designs as well. But honestly, these panels, do you know when you talk about you getting all your Christmas cards done in one? Because do you know how many we make at Christmas? I don't know about you, but I know how many I make, and I start in June. And I do, obviously, for what we do, because Christmas starts early. But when it comes to wanting to make something super quick, super easy, super fast, these are going to be your go-to dies, let me tell you, because you create a card instantly and just choose different coloured cardstocks, and literally you've got yourself loads and loads of Christmas cards all in, well, I'm trying to work out, if you were spent a couple of hours in your craft room, I'm trying to think how many you could get through if you were using these panels.
Ooh,
and
do you know
I
what?
reckon quite a lot.
We're going to have to do some kind of like time challenge one day. Where we could do that we could do that. Listen, if that's a really good idea one day, is actually even on a craft house, what we should do is have one of you and give you a panel die or a selection of panel dies. In fact, you could get all your Christmas card making done during one craft house. That would be really good, and set someone a challenge and see just how many we can do. Just to say very, very quickly before we move on, that in terms of the individuals, because loads of you are going for the full collection, in fact, it's going bonkers on the website right now. But in terms of the individuals as well, the Nordic reindeer, which has always been the most popular since Sarah and I launched on Thursday morning, that's in the most danger of selling out on its own this afternoon. So the individuals are here. You can buy them individually, £14.99, £19.95. But listen, go for this. You're always going to go for the multi-buy or the full collection. Full collection is the biggest value, comes with a glitter card as well. But if you wanted to go for just 2 of those and pick your 2 favourites, but just know that the Nordic reindeer, it's trotting on out of here, Debbie.
I'm not surprised, because it's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Now then, let me just show you. I've got both of my pieces ready now, and the simplest way that you're going to be able to do this is we just need to stick and layer this bottom half panel to create that see-through, and it will literally lay over there. Now, if you wanted a little bit of a drop shadow effect, that's exactly what you could do. Now, I am just going to use our dotty tape pens. They will be back in stock very soon. Are they back in stock? I'm just thinking. I nearly got giddy then when he said that in my ear. Oh, they're on their way. They're on their way, and they're going to be here very soon. Now, the reason I've only stuck on that half, Derek, is because I don't want the whole of my easel to be stuck. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. So let me just make sure I've got that in the centre. Debbie, I need a little bit of a stool on here as well. There we go. Now you can see now what that's done is created that lovely panel, but it just needs a little bit of something to give it a little bit of a lift, because at the minute it's just all black. So that is when, now I know, is this true? Have I read this right or got this wrong? Have we got some cardstock on the show as well that come with if you buy the whole collection?
Yes, you get the Solar Gold glitter card. You get 10 sheets of it if you're going for the larger bundle, which so many people are right now, which is a bit of a treat. And you've only just got wind of this now, Debbie.
I have indeed, because if I'd had known, I'd have used gold. I've used silver. However, that gold cardstock's going to come in really, really handy, let me tell you. But all I've done with this is I've die cut it again using that panel, and this time fussy cut, taken my scissors and fussy cut around there, and I'm just popping those on the top just to give it a little bit of a lift. And again, it's so easy to do this. Honestly, Derek, it's such a quick, easy way of doing this.
So even though you've got one overall die with what, 1, 2, 3 of those baubles in it, you can still take those baubles out as individual elements and put them wherever you want to.
Absolutely, you can. I'm just going to pop a little bit of wet glue, hot glue, just on the top here, because I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon just around there, and then we'll pop on. Let me just pop at the top of there. I love these Christmas baubles. I keep thinking, and I'll show you some of the samples of all the different things that you're going to be able to use with these different coloured cardstocks. Honestly, these are going to be your go-to, definitely go-to dies. Now, I'm just going to pop on the bottom base. Let me just pop on there, she said. My other silver layer. So I've got a little silver layer for the bottom. Let's just take off my tape pen. There we go. Pop that panel just underneath, and then I've created myself a little bit of a stopper. Popped a couple of paper pads. They're not paper pads, Debbie, they're foam pads. So I'm just going to pop a little foam pad on there, act as a little stopper, and there you go. Let me just make sure I'm not going to stick that all together. There you go. We've got, apart from adding a little sentiment, you can see that beautiful baubles, and I'd probably just pop a little sentiment just on here, but you can see just how gorgeous that is. Now, if you were doing that in that gold, that would look even more brilliant. If you wanted to create yourself a little bit of a panel, you could use the outside die and create yourself a panel to stick over the top as well. Honestly, these are so beautiful to use and so easy to use. And think about all your different colours, because like I said, I have got a few samples. Can I show you some?
Yes, please.
Can I show you some?
Yes.
Let me just dive in there. Let me go and grab some, because look at this. And I do believe we've got one of Rachel's in here as well. So
Brilliant.
This one is a beautiful one with lots of different colours. Look how gorgeous that is with those Christmas baubles. It really is beautiful. Now, again, that's see-through, but in a completely different colour. That, when I say the see-through easel, where you can see through there, just by choosing different coloured cardstocks to really offset that, and then adding on one of your sentiments, and then a lovely little poinsettia flower in the corner. Depending on the colour theme that you want to do, these are going to be, I mean, look how different those two are, but they're the same kind of style card. But that's just showing you what you can do with them. Honestly, oh, I can't wait. In fact, let me bring you Rachel's back in. What did I do with it? What did I do with it, Derek? I put things down in this room and things
They just disappear, don't they?
They do. They just disappear. Let me show you, though, a couple of different things. Do this creator card. I've got a few in black and white to show you the different ways that you can use these creator cards. That one here in my hand, let me just hold that forward, is a see-through easel card. Again, there you can see that one. Let me just bring this one in. Lovely domed front card again that you're going to be able to create. Look how gorgeous that looks. And again, if you got a chance to watch Sarah with the masterclass, look at this one. I do believe, Derek, she did one of these with you, one of these beautiful diorama scene cards that fold absolutely flat, just absolutely fabulous. Do go check back that masterclass, because Mom, I'm saying it myself. Masterclass. That's a bit posh for me, a masterclass, but you'll get to go back and have a look at that. Lovely shaker card. We've got a fold back card, which is what I'm going to do later. I love this one. And again, lots of different ways that you can use these. And let me just tell you, don't hang around, because I know these aren't going to last. They really aren't going to last. They're absolutely beautiful. This is just a little touch of what you can create using creator cards.
And people are absolutely, everyone's loving these. I mean, if you haven't ordered them already, you are ordering them right now. If you've ordered them already on the launch with Sarah, you're getting even more inspiration today as well. I mean, so many of you as well. Lynn's watching from Pennsylvania. She's getting inspiration right now. Sandra says so many fun and cool choices there. Carol Coe, who was on the Craft House with us a couple of weeks ago, says, yeah, I just had to have the panel dies. They're absolutely gorgeous. Kirsten says, just love the creator card dies. Just keep it simple. They're a must have. And she says, greetings from Germany. Well, greetings to you as well. Now, from Germany, we will, in a second, we will go back down to Plymouth in just a moment. Oh, did I say Portsmouth? Why did I put you up the coast a little bit? Oh, dear. I'm forever moving people. Well, listen, Rachel, it was a wonder I mentioned your name and got that right, but I got the place wrong, but the name right. But the 1 out of 2 is not bad on a Saturday afternoon, is it?
That's fine. I answer to most names as well, so it's.
Oh yeah, so better. Do I. Debbie's called me about 4 different names so far today. Oh, I've had it all over the last few days. Now, Rachel, you've got started with. Do you have all of the Christmas panel dies there? Do you? Have you already been playing with them aside what you're doing today with us?
Yes, I did make one during the week. And it's actually using the one that Debbie's just used. So there's this one
fabulous.
here. I love that one. It's
just
really
move it slightly to your left so we can see the right hand side of it as well. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. That's
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love the choice of papers that you've used in the background there as well. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean that's a real favourite of mine. It's a real like 50s, 60s type bauble.
Yeah. It is. It's lovely. It really does take you back, doesn't it? I like the idea on that particular die as well is of trying to add some kind of Christmas light into the fir branches. And I was trying to think of how you would actually do that. Whether you could colour could you colour acetate in some way with some kind of metallic medium and then pop that on top of those fir leaves just to represent Christmas lights or something in some way?
Ooh. That sounds nice. You probably could. I mean, what I'm doing with mine this afternoon is actually using proper fairy lights. So I'm gonna.
Are you?
Yeah. No. It's a string of fairy lights. I can show you them.
Now these I keep talking about these. Actually, I was talking to Sarah about these the other day. These little battery pack fairy lights that you can buy. They don't generate any heat or anything like that. The battery pack is easy to hide around the back of the card or the frame or whatever you. I use them all the time because I just think they're so good. They're great fun to play with as well. Do you know that's twice I've done a mind reading trick because I had no idea. We hadn't spoken and planned out everything before we came to you, Rachel, did we? I had no idea you were going to do that.
Yep. So I'm using that, but I'm using the night before Christmas, the one with the reindeer going across the sky with Santa. So I don't know if I want you to tell me or not. I don't know if I want to keep us all in suspense as to where the lights will be. Where are they going to be in the actual houses? Because the row of houses on that one, isn't there? And there's also the sleigh in the sky, isn't there? Don't tell me, Rachel. Don't tell me. I've decided well, I'm not entirely sure because I need to glue it down, so I don't know how well it's going to work. So
it could be either or both yet then?
It could.
Oh, I love this. I love live creativity. I absolutely love this. It's brilliant. It really is. So how are you getting on so far, Rachel?
I have the frame made.
Okay.
And I've been working, my hands, you might see them, they're a bit inky.
Oh, you're very inky, yes.
Very inky because I've done the background.
Oh, gosh.
Sparkling.
Now look at that.
Yeah. But it is going to be in the background, so it won't look quite so bright. And I've been working on another piece for the panel. With the panels that will go around the edge of the frame. So.
Debbie, I can't wait to see this. Can you?
I love a bit of sparkle anyway. Rachel, me and Rachel are like kindred spirits. We love a bit of sparkle. You've got to have a bit of sparkling.
A bit of sparkle, a lot of sparkle,
absolutely.
Debbie.
Exactly. Lots and lots of sparkle, definitely. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to pan out, Rachel. I know, because you make some beautiful cards. You do make some beautiful cards and beautiful projects on our design team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you've got in store for us for later on.
Cool.
It's so nice to have you with us as well. We're going to stick around, of course, through the whole show. We'll see how you get on. I can't wait to see that. Super, super excited as well. And listen, if you're watching this right now and you want to be on the Craft House in the future, we want to hear from you. You can email through to Johnny, who's producing the show right now, to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send us a couple of pictures of examples of the cards that you've made, and what we'll do is we'll contact you, and what we'll do is we'll arrange for a few weeks' time, and what we'll do is we'll work out what the product will be for that particular craft house, and hopefully either one, you might already have the product, or two, we might be able to slip out a little sample to you, because it might be something that hasn't even you launched yet, and you would have that secret squirrel kind of little secret that you'd have to keep on our behalf, but then you come on the show and be part of the show as well. We're all friends here. I mean, there's thousands of us on YouTube and Facebook and here right now, and we're all one big happy family. I tell you what, I could turn the tables on myself. I could be the guest one week on the Craft House when I really get started. Let's see. Anyway, let's go back to your comments, because the social team are amazing. I love our social team. They're so good. They're sending me through lots of messages from Facebook and from YouTube as well. Sandy has just bought the Edgeables, which she's loving. Mary on Facebook is asking, is the robin a Christmas bird in the UK? Oh, is it ever? Definitely. Absolutely. We love a robin at Christmas. In fact, actually, we see them at other times during the year in our garden. And it always reminds you, if a little robin just pops in, just have a little drink or a little peck at something, always puts you in mind of Christmas. What else have we got? Time challenge. Oh, there's a couple of people who like the idea of the time challenge. Paz on Facebook says, time challenge. I like the idea of that. We can craft along and send pictures of what we make. I love that as an idea. Right, listen, let's move on, because we've got lots more doing to do. Oh, before I move on to the Edgeables, I have to tell you, the Christmas panel dies, we only launched these 48 hours ago, but half the stock of our show bundle, and it's a big stock as well, but half of that stock of the show bundle has sold out. Now, I'll just remind you what you get in that, because I forgot to put the card out as well, to be honest with you, because as well as the 4 panel dies, I know, what am I like for a change? I've put out the 4 dies, Debbie, but I've forgotten the solar glitter card. No wonder you didn't know it was in there. I forgot to put it on the pack shot, as we call it in telly. Can you believe I've started now? It's been around you too much. That's what's doing it. It's rubbing off on me, Debbie. So half the stock of that bundle, and they're all amazing. They're all incredible scenes. They really are. And again, I'll just go back to my little phrase there. They're a one pass wonder. You saw with Debbie in just the monochrome samples that we saw just a couple of moments ago. It literally is, right, okay, white in the background, cut it out in black, put the two together. You don't really need to do much more than that. Of course, you want to throw some sparkle at it. It's Christmas. You want to maybe emboss it. You know, there's lots and lots of different things you can do with it. But I just think they are such a lovely, lovely selection. And again, we keep saying this, you know, when it comes to making Christmas cards, I mean, I know that lots and lots of you are dead organised. But if you're anything like me, tend to leave Christmas cards until the very, 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 very last minute. This gets you super, super organised at a great price tag as well. Less than £50, $65 for that entire collection. So that's the 4 panel dies plus your glitter card as well. Now on the show, we've also got, just veering away from Christmas, although you can incorporate some of what we've got in the Edgeables into your Christmas projects very, very simply as well, because these are amazing. I mean, really, really amazing. I have to say, I think for me, this is one of the most versatile set of Edgeables I've ever seen, because they don't necessarily follow one theme. Sometimes with collections we're all floral, or we're all Christmas, or we're all, you know, one particular theme. This is really, really broad, which I like actually, and I think it's why so many of you have loved it as well. So this one is the party cakes one, so you can see the cupcakes coming up the side there. We'll see samples with Debbie in a wee while as well, so you can see exactly what they can achieve. So that's the cupcake one, which is really lovely. You also have your cascading circles, and I love this. It's really, really nice. It's almost like kind of bubbles and sort of elliptical shapes. Really, really like that one. Then you have got your heart confetti, which again, for so many celebrations would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? Really bright, really vibrant, really something very, very different as well. Then you have a floral, which links it into other floral collections that we have here at Crafters Companion. Nature's Garden, Sarah's, signature collections, Garden of Love, for instance, that we were working on this morning. That would be beautiful with that. You also have my favourite, and I know we shouldn't have favourites, but this is definitely my favourite, because I would love to receive a card made with this Edgeable. It is the balloon bouquet, which is really lovely. And finally, we have got that lovely butterfly breeze. So can you see it's a really broad sweep and selection there for £38 for all 6 of those, which is really, really lovely. There is a multi-buy on those. I was just checking. You can get, well, actually you can get just one if there's just one that you fancy, $7.99 or $13.95. But you've also got a multi-buy on this one as well. So 2 for $14 or, 2 for £14 or $23. But you know what, when the whole lot, I think sometimes when it's a bundle of 6 like that and you look at the deal and you think to yourselves, well, what happens if it all goes today? And then tomorrow I make up my mind that actually I wanted that 3rd or that 4th. You may as well go straight to 4th base, I think is the phrase, isn't it? And get straight there. Is that the phrase? I have no idea. I don't mean to be offensive in any way. I hope that's not rude anywhere. £38, $66. I think I've said the right thing, Debbie, have I? I think so. I'm not sure, really. I've never been stateside.
I think so.
Okay.
I think we're okay. Sometimes we just forget, don't we, where we are, but never mind. Let's just go back. Can I just say though, Derek, you made a really good point. When it's at that price, and can I just tell you, I am not joking when I say that it was the most successful show I ever did to date, working for Crafters Companion over on the TV side of things, because everybody loved these. They're a great die at an affordable price, which means you can literally create lots of different things. They're a die that you can use in so many ways. That's what I love about an Edgeable. An Edgeable is very, very versatile. You can use it across the top of your card, down the side of your card, diagonal on the card. You can use it as a panel. You can use it as absolutely anything you want it to do because it's got such versatility to it. Now I'm going to show you just a few of these amazing samples again that the design team, they just knock these out of the park. But while at this price, let me just say, we don't know how long we're going to last, and I don't know if we're going to be getting them back in. So all I would say is if you've had a high on these and you missed them out last time, then definitely go for these. Look how gorgeous that is running down the side. That's that Cupcake one, which I think is fabulous. Now, one of the most popular ones was this gorgeous cascading circles. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is traditionally running along the top of the edge of your card. Now, I'm using the same one here just to show you that taking a piece of cardstock and just flip reversing it, you can create your own panel. Absolutely beautiful, and a lovely little background there and some sentiments, and you're good to go. Now again, you can take it down the side of your card. You can pop in a little bit of paper piecing as well, so you could cut it out twice in a different one and then paper piece on the top of it. Taking it diagonal, same die, diagonal, but look how gorgeous that looks. And each one of these, and I had to show you this one because using some acetate, you can colour the acetate behind the back of there, and I know why it's your favourite, Derek. It's just absolutely beautiful. And again, my personal, do I have favourites? Yes, of course I do. I love anything with a butterfly on there. But look at that, just taking that down and colouring it in with some of your inks or some of your spectrums, and you can create something beautiful. This rose is absolutely gorgeous. Again, going diagonal down on the side of an easel card here. Again, really beautiful. Or just simply have it floating on some acetate there, just going down the edge of that card. They are absolutely beautiful dies, versatile dies, fun dies. That's what I love about these. They're fun, they're quirky, something a little bit different. And here's one that we're going to do this afternoon. We're going to use this gorgeous cupcake. I absolutely love this. I'm going to show you how you can create that with ease again. So, an Edgeable. What's an Edgeable? We don't take it for granted, Derek. We said this morning we're not going to take it for granted. There may be new viewers just tuning in going, what are these two doing? What's that one doing sat down there with a cuppa sat on his little bottom there he is. Eh?
Cheers.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Tell you, me work it, no cuppa here, there isn't. Let me just show you though what an Edgeable actually is. So it's a metal die that has a cutting edge on the outside edge here, and then you've got all this beautiful detail running up here. Now what the magic part is there's no cutting line here, which means it stays connected into your cardstock, which means that you can use it on a multiple of ways, because you can use it going diagonal. You can use it, wait a minute, that's diagonal, isn't it? That's diagonal.
Yep.
Coffee time.
Which is left and which is right again,
oh,
Debbie?
Don't. So you know what I'm like.
Your watch is left.
Now, I've taken a piece of cardstock and I've measured this. It's just slightly over, let me just give you the correct measurements. It's 4 3/4 in length, and it is 6.5. Wait a minute, that's the wrong way around as well.
Yeah, width, you mean.
Thank you very much, Derek. I'm glad you're here. You might be resting on your laurels, but you're keeping me on my toes and keeping me in check. Bless you. Now, I've taken a smidgen off, and when I say a smidgen, I'm just going to tell you, I've taken off a couple of inches just on this side because I want to create a double kind of scene going off with these cupcakes. So I'm going to do it on the outside edge first, and I've actually given myself a little bit of a pencil mark here to know where to take that down. Now again, this Edgeable, you will know that part and that part is what connects you into that cardstock. So let's bring in my plates again. Let's bring in this plate, and because I've got my Gemini Junior plates, I can put this all in one go because I'm using my large Gemini. So I'm just going to make sure I've lined that up, and then I'm going to tape that down. So if I tape that part and then that part, and then just going to run it through, and it's exactly the same. It's a thin metal die, so it's the same the same combination for a thin metal die, and I'm going to run that through my Gemini. As simple as that. Honestly, I had so much fun when I launched these. I'm so delighted that we've got them back and that we've got them here today to bring to you, because they are such fun dies. They really are. Now you can see it's cut that out beautifully. So all I'm going to do is take off. Oh, Debbie, what did I say earlier, Derek? Don't be ripping it off like a band-aid. But guess what I've done? I have. So let me just chuck that in the bin, because I think my tape's dead and buried now. But I'm just going to lift that off, and all I'm going to do now is take my little scissors, because I just want to disconnect it, which is a good job I put the tape on the outside, because it doesn't matter, because I'm getting rid of this piece. So again, I'm just going to connect that out of there, disconnect that out of there just by removing, and then I'm going to poke through the little bits that just need to come out. Now, honestly, Derek, this is a fun one. This cupcake one, you're going to be able to use over and over and over again. It's such fun, it really is.
Well, think of all the different applications as well, quite besides actually cards. Imagine using that in your part of your indexing for your recipe journals and things like that. That would be brilliant, because your favourite recipes, they're always the puddings and the cakes, aren't they? And that would be a great way of getting straight to the puds section, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Now, you can see that I've cut, and I did that on the inside of my card for those of you wondering, because this bit now is the bit that I want to connect as well. So that's why I took off that couple of inches. And again, all I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to line that up, because I want those to go over, not lap right over. So that's why I've put myself a little bit of a pencil mark in again, Derek. I'm going to fold that out flat. I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to tape it down again. Let's just tape it down, and little top tip, just tape it on the edge there, and then again we're just going to run that through the Gemini. Just give me a second, Derek, while I get my plates together. There we go. So again, just run that through, and there we go. So pop that through your Gemini. There we go.
Do you know, I've got a few messages as well on through the comments, because the social superstars are sending me messages in from Facebook and YouTube, so they're looking over all of them and then sending them through to me. I've got a couple of people who want to come and join us on the craft house, and two, to be on the Stephanie wants to be on the design team when the grandkids get older. Can I tell you, the best way of doing that is by first appearing on this show. So send us some pictures of cards you've made, email them through to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. They'll go through to Johnny, our producer, and we'll invite you to come on and be on the show and come and show us how talented you are. And that is that next step on the ladder, Debbie, isn't it? It's being on the design team.
Do you know it is? And funnily enough, our lovely Astrid, who was on quite recently, as like what Rachel's doing now, just as a guest, and her work was so lovely, we invited her to join our design team. So yes, you never know, because honestly, we just love seeing your work. We get inspiration from your work and we love seeing that. And honestly, you ask Astrid, if honestly she is loving being on the design team. It is a great privilege to be on there as well, and such good fun. And you get to play with, and let me just tell you, there's sometimes the design team members get to play with the goodies before we do. And that's true. That is really true. Sometimes I'm envious when I see the work on Facebook and I think, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see it. Now then, let's just show you exactly how that has panned out. So you can see now, if I just hold that, you've got one on one side, one on the other. Fold that up and you can see you've created that's two beautiful panels running down the edge of the cardstock. Now what I just need now is some patterned paper to go underneath. So I'm going to stick this panel, and this panel measures at the same size as what I started my card off at. So I'm just going to stick that to the back. Now normally you'd think, oh, I'll stick it to the front. However, I want that colour to come through just onto there. So again, I'm going to pop that on the back. Let me grab my tape pen, and I'm going to do it from the back of the card here. I'm going to use this dotty tape pen for those pieces, and then I'm just going to line that up to the edge. And you'll see now that that fits beautifully over there. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see that green popping through, but it just needs something else. However, I'm going to put another panel, and this time I'm going to use a contrasting one. So I'm using pink on this side. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put some tape down this side, a couple of pieces of tape, and then a couple of bits of my dotty tape pen just over. And again, I'm just going to fasten that on to that edge. And then let me make sure I've got that all lined up. You can see now that I've got two panels. However, it's still missing something, Derek. So I'm going to pop on some more of this paper pad that I'm using. Now, this is the Summer Breeze paper pad. Should anybody be wondering where I've got this cardstock from, it came out with our lovely not photo albums. Debbie, what are you talking about? Our lovely memory book ones, but it is on the website. It's a 12 by 12 paper pad. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to make it pop off a little bit. So I've just ran it through again, cut out and fussy cut it along with my little snippy scissors to a couple of pieces of cardstock, and then I've just coloured it in and popped some foam pads. So when you have a look at this, you'll be able to see now I've used some of our water reactive ink pads to colour these in, but you could use absolutely anything of any colouring medium you want, and I'm just going to line these up and match them up. So again, I'm just going to take off the back of my foam pad. You could use 3D Collal glue if you wanted to, which is what I normally use, but today I want a little bit of foam pad going off there. So again, I'm just going to do it, and I'm not using all of them, Derek. I just want to highlight just one or two of them going up there so you can see how lovely that looks already. And then I'm going to just put one at the bottom, match that up, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with the bottom part, and just it literally just gives it a little bit of a lift. Can you see how much that's lifted from this panel to this panel? Literally straight away. Let me just get rid of that little piece that I've just seen there, driving me mad already. I've added a little bit of a cherry design there because one of these, if you have a look closely, has got that little bit of a cherry going off. So I've just coloured it in with a cherry colour, she says. colour, what's the colour? Right. Oh, I do need another coffee coming out now.
I think you need a holiday.
Well, I know, definitely. I can feel one coming soon, I can. Now I'm just going to pop on my last couple just on there. Let's just add that on. And then just at the very top. And again, let me just place, where's my love art one? Oh, where's my love art one gone? Oh, Debbie, have you done this? Oh, do you know what? Let's just stick it randomly over there. You'll never know the difference. I'll just pop that on there. And then I'm just going to add a little gift tag. And I say gift tag from that Summer Breeze paper pad, which is absolutely beautiful. There's lots of lovely things in there. Some lovely sentiments that you can actually pop out. And again, I'm just going to stick this on. And we are done. So add that on. And there you go. You've got that beautiful design. Very, very easy to use, very simple to use, but just by popping out little extra bits, just by running it through another couple of times and colouring it in with, whether it be alcohol markers, whether it be your water reactive inks or your quick dry inks, because you can paint with those as well, you can create this lovely effect very, very easily. They are super cute, super quirky, super price. Let me just say.
Yeah, they so are. And listen, I don't know anything about store prices on shop cards or store cards in the US, but I know if I was to walk up to a card like that here in the UK, I know the kind of price tag that I would expect and probably would not pay any less than, and it would be quite a few pounds for a card like that. And something actually that lots and lots of people are saying is just how versatile these Edgeable dies are as well. Paradise by Princess on YouTube says these Edgeables will make some really versatile cards even. Anniversaries, birthdays, congratulations. There's so many different things that it will do. I mean, it's just incredible. Should we go back to Plymouth? Shall we go back to Plymouth? Let's go back and check in with Rachel, who is our superstar from our design team you're still in Plymouth, haven't you? You've not moved to Portsmouth in the last half an hour.
No.
It would take too long to move all the crafty goodies anyway. Would it take much longer than half an hour, I'm imagining?
Packing this lot up would be horrific, I think.
Where are we in your house, by the way? Is this a spare room or is this a dedicated room? Where are we?
Sadly, this isn't a dedicated room. I'm in the dining room. But luckily, I've got a breakfast bar in the kitchen, so we eat there most of the time.
Okay, so
this only gets used at Christmas. So.
Oh, okay. So when there is a big okay, I was just wondering, because I'm a nosy beggar. If you're having something like dinner party or lots of people around or whatever, what do you do? Decorate it?
Cry. It takes me about 24 hours to clear it out.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
And then you've got to try and remember the order in which it went to try and get it all back again, because that. Is it all indexed? You, I mean, you could. If I said to you, right, okay, where are your sparkle pens? Would you be able to go straight to the?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not indexed. I just know where everything is. Well, I know where most things is. I do lose things occasionally. And usually when they're sat on the desk next to me. But
okay. And you're the only one that's allowed to rummage.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Just the way it should be. Listen, how are you getting on so far? Because we
do you want to see the frame, the outside of the frame?
Yes, please. Oh, now then.
Oh, that looks so lovely. Oh, Rachel, you're in the frame.
You're in the frame.
You're in the frame.
There you go.
And my hair matches too.
It does. Do you know by the end of this, you're all going to blend into one purple and blue picture, aren't you? So you're doing well so far. Good. Yeah. Good. I'm loving it.
on the gluing of the lights now.
Oh, okay.
So I have the insert.
Okay.
And then I'm gluing the lights behind.
Right. Well, listen, I'm going to ask a nosy question as well. And what kind of media, what kind of glue are you using? Because I know, because it's a very, very thin wire between the lights. So where are you gluing and how?
I'm gluing on the lights, and I'm using a hot glue gun.
Brilliant. That's such a good idea. There's another thing. I'll put that on my list, Debbie. That'll be another thing that I need right now. Hot glue gun.
Yeah.
And listen, Debbie survived all day so far without injury, so I think I'll be safe. I'll be safe. I mean, we nearly set the studio on fire earlier with the wax seal kit, but that's another matter. Not to be mentioned right now. Right, okay, well, we'll leave you to your endeavours, Rachel. We'll be back with you a little bit later on. I'm loving how that's all coming together as well. I love projects like that, where you're taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I did a frame project in another world. I worked for a channel that was for people who made jewellery. So I ended up actually making out of gemstones, a bit of a wire picture with gemstones out of it. And I did the same thing, put them all in a frame and then got some of those wonderful little lights on wires incorporated into it as well. I love it. I'll get a picture of that onto my Facebook page. Oh, can I give you a little plug for my Facebook page? Because I'm on the lookout for more followers. Because, well, I feel like I'm lagging behind a little bit. So I am Derek Marks Crafter's Companion. If you're on Facebook, just come and find me a little bit later on. And of course, Debbie is Debbie
with
Robinson.
a Y.
Debbie with a
with
Y.
a Y. Crafter's Companion. Yeah. Go on over. Go and have a little look and have a nosy and go and give us a little like and a follow so you can see what you get up to.
Absolutely. Now, this, Debbie Robinson, is something that I saw before I walked in the door for the first time at Crafter's Companion, which is the Crafter's Inspiration. And isn't it funny that when you buy a certain type of car, you feel like out on the road, you see nothing but that certain type of car. And this popped straight into my mind. And I tell you what, you know why you notice something like this in the newsstand so readily is because of Sarah. So long before I knew I was coming here, of course I knew of Sarah through Dragon's Den and everything else, quite aside from Crafter's Companion. But I'd never bought one of these, so I'd never opened one of these, so I never had any idea what might be inside it. So this is our Crafter's Inspiration exclusive. It's not really just a magazine. It is a magazine in a box, but it's like when you open the lid, thousands of ideas spring out, Debbie.
Oh, don't they just? Now, what I love about our Crafter's Inspiration magazine, and can I just say, I can't believe we're on issue number 27, is that it's jam-packed full of Crafter's Inspiration. Or, as we like to say, it's all thriller, no filler, because it is cram-packed. We're talking 74 tutorials, in-depth tutorials, step-by-step tutorials with products that we have coming out, products that are going to be coming up as well, and also projects from the lovely, and I say gifts, we give you something back with this magazine. So we do have the most beautiful outline die here. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, these are just, I mean, if you saw Craig earlier on when he did one of these, this is a beautiful, and let me give you the right title because it's called a distress floral corner. Whew. Get that out right.
Debbie,
a beautiful die.
Sorry,
yes.
Just very, very quickly.
Yes? Just
something that straight away occurred to me. Could that be the price of Crafter's Inspiration in your hand there?
This die would be more than the magazine. Let me just say, this die would be more than the magazine.
So it's kind of like that magazine's kind of paying for itself then as soon as you open that.
Exactly. You see, what we love to do at Crafters is give you that inspiration. Yeah, it could have just been a magazine with a few cheap little things. You know what I'm talking about because I've seen them on market stands. Market stands? I won't diss anybody. I'm not going to say it. But I've had some where they've been poor quality stamps, not very good dies and things like that. You can be guaranteed Crafter's Companion absolute quality. Is that the best word I can think of? Quality. Is that what I'm talking about? Now, we've also got a set of stamps as well, and these stamps are really going to come in useful. You can see there, look how many stamps are on there. I love this, full of inspiration, lots of there. And I say full, can I just tell you, this is an actual full stamp. It's not a little stamp with all lots on there. It's full. You can use it as a full panel, or you can stamp it and then chop all of these out. And look how many you're going to get on there. It's cram-packed full of sentiments, but it is a one stamp panel, which means, did you see me do that resist technique earlier? We were watching the show earlier. That's what you could do with this one. You could definitely do that with this one. Stamp that up, give that resist technique, but again, really versatile because there's lots of things you can do with it. One panel, but you can snip it all up as well. And then lastly,
sorry, I'm still, because you know that I'm new here, so listen, I'm not feigning ignorance. I didn't know, but that set of stamps that you just showed us, could that in the UK, could that be $6.99, $7.99,
well, yeah,
around about that price?
Yeah,
here?
Absolutely, it could, Derek, because this is a solid stamp, so you can see how big that stamp is. It's just that all those words that are on there, you can use all together, or you can chop up and chip up, and you would be talking, I reckon, a little bit more than what you just said.
Yeah.
Seriously. So again, you can see the value that we're giving you, and then to top it all, we're giving you a gorgeous gradiated stencil is the word I was looking for. So crying out to use your inks over the top, your textured paste, your glitter paste, anything that you want to pop through there. You're going to create a beautiful background, or whether it's going to be a focal part, because you could stamp that out, chop one of them up and then pop it on the front and you've got a card instantly. It's absolutely fabulous. But can we talk about the main event? Because that was just what you're getting physically. you're also getting something digitally. So again, on here, we have got over 650 digital downloaded elements with different things. And I'll talk about this in a moment when we go through this. But this literally is a magazine that is jam-packed full of inspiration and lots of ways that you can use, like I said, your free gifts, which are all on here, your digital downloads, and I'm just going to cover that up so you can't see there, but the digital downloads has 6 different sets on here, and it tells you how to download and how to do all that little bit that you need to do when it comes to being computer literate, because I always think, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be able to do it, but this is the most simplest digital download you'll ever get, and you can see the beautiful creations that you're going to be able to make using this. So again, step-by-step instruction using the dies. Look how beautiful this is. Natalie, who is our magazine editor, look how gorgeous this collection is that she's used. But again, step-by-step instruction telling you skill levels, time taken, what you need on each one of these. Like I said, 74 projects. Now I'll just flick through a few of these so they can show you. We've got our lovely little note there from our Sarah. We've got Linda talking through the digital quick and easy ways that you can use those kits, and literally everything that you can see in here has been created. Look, new things coming up. I know you've had a sneaky peek already, or your US, you've had a little sneaky peek of that one. But then we've got lots of different ways that you can use these. They're absolutely fabulous. And you can see it is full of, and not competitions, you just literally how to use new items, how to use older items as well. That's all in here. And again, it really is fabulous. Look at this. It even tells you about your previous issues should you need. And then again, our lovely Marie, who is a fabulously talented lady, has put a little article in here. So it's people from the design team. It's people who were on our I want to say the right word, but our fans that are, people who love our products are in here as well that have contributed towards this magazine. And again, really, really fabulous. Oh, look, there's even me. There's even me in there. And guess what I'm using?
Oh.
Yes. Guess what I'm talking
Edgeables.
through? Absolutely. So if that's what, if that floats your boat, those Edgeables, you're going to give you step-by-step tutorial. And then lastly, and you can see when I talk about it being all frill and no filler, it isn't got anything in, no waffle, no advertisements, no nothing. It's all about craft. And our crafty hero on this one is our Tiffany, who, as we all know, our Totally Tiffany is all about Totally Tiffany. It's Tiffany and a little bit of inside story into her and her background as well. It's a fabulous magazine, Derek. All that inspiration, all those digital downloads, and then all those amazing gifts in there as well that you get to use. And it's honestly, it's worth its money. It's worth its weight in gold. If you ever lose your mojo, and it happens to us all, and Rachel will agree with me on this one, we can lose our mojo. And when you pick up a magazine like that, grab a cuppa, you can have a look over it and you think, yeah, I can see what I can do. And literally that's what that magazine's all about. Crafters inspiration.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do on your next demo then, because I've got mine here as well, because I definitely need one of these. But I'm going to have a good old flick through it while you're doing the next demonstration. That's wonderful, isn't it? When you see, because actually, I'm so glad you went through all of that, Debbie. Actually, because when you look at the price of that and you think, okay, essentially, is this just a magazine? And you think that's a little bit more than I'm used to spending on a magazine. Well, when you think of that, because I've got a full one here as well. So when you think of the goodies that are coming back your way, I mean, I would open this, I would go straight for the goodies, because that's what everybody does whenever you get anything free with a magazine. And you're so right, Debbie. Sometimes, people have got, they say it comes with something free, it's stuck to the front of the magazine. You get in there and you think, yeah, it's a tuppence halfpenny bit of plastic from heaven knows where, and it's no use, and I'll lose it in 5 minutes. But, a real big set of stamps like that, a real usable, serviceable stencil that'll get you a card made straight away, and a die that could easily cost you the price of the whole thing itself. And it's exclusive to us here at Crafters Companion. Lots of special offers in there as well. I'm going to be diving straight into that, actually. The more, now Debbie's flicked through it as well, I'm diving for a flick through myself. Listen, to get yours, $9.99 or $19.95. Grab it quickly while you can. Now listen, back to Christmas we go. I love the way we're dotting around from Christmas to summer to garden to this to that, the other today. It's brilliant. I'm loving it. So back to Christmas and our brand new create a card panel dies, the 5-piece selection that we've got here. So 4 of the panel dies and the Solar Gold glitter card that you're getting with this as well. 10 sheets of that. I have to tell you now, sorry Johnny, I've forgotten the percentage. Whoa, 60, shut the front door, as our Joseph would say. 60% of that sizable stock of this show offer has sold out and gone. Now, remember, this is also available individually if you want to, and it's on a multi-buy as well. And I know when we were looking at the individuals, Johnny, we're starting to worry about the Nordic reindeer, aren't we? Okay, that's 60% of the individual stock on the reindeer has gone as well. So you get all 4 of them in this bigger bundle. The night before Christmas, which is that wonderful one that Rachel's working on right now, which is Santa flying through the sky over the houses and everything else, which is beautiful. That one you see at the top there. You've got Nostalgic Christmas, which is one with the Christmas ornaments at the top. Bethlehem, which you're seeing there. And then we've got the Nordic reindeer. Now, you'll know the Nordic reindeer straight away because it's the one that we keep seeing these amazing diorama cards of it. So it's the reindeer in the forest where you can create really, really incredible dioramas. So if you want the full collection, and most of you seem to be going for the full collection as well. It launched less than 48 or just over 48 hours ago. And already you can see that our show stock for this bundle right now, 60% sold out and gone. It's extraordinary. It really, really is. And we're going back into that collection as well because I think Rachel's still trying to navigate the lights right now. In fact, should we pop back in and see Rachel? Come on, let's go back to Plymouth and see how you're getting on. How are you getting? I know it wasn't long that we were with you before.
Do you want
Rachel,
to see the lights?
Oh, have you? Are we there?
I'm not finished.
Oh, okay. Show me where we are.
We're getting there. I'll put something behind it so that you can see.
Oh, my word. Just move it slightly. Yeah, that's it. Brilliant. Oh, do you know what? I could watch that all that. So you've managed to get it into the houses. You've even got it up onto the top star. You've got it on up. How awesome is that? I just love it. Now, how many lights have you got left?
I haven't burnt myself on the glue gun yet.
How many lights have you got left on your string?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So where are they going to go? Are they going to go through the actual? Because you've got the Let It Snow at the bottom there as well.
I'm going to try and put some through the Let It Snow as well. So
I can't wait. I love the way how I feel involved here, and I'm just sitting down. I'm just sat here on the couch with my cup of tea, watching it all happen. But I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. Right, we'll be back with you, Rachel. We'll let you get on and place those lights. We'll be back very, very soon because Debbie, we're going back to the Christmas collection as well, aren't we? And they are seriously, seriously amazing. Did you see those lights of Rachel's?
Oh, I love anything that lights up. I did a light up box. I think it was a light up box last week. I think myself we were using the LED, which, I just must apologise now. I did say I was going to put some instructions on my page. I will be doing it. Keep your eyes peeled. Just need a little bit of time to get those out there. But I love an LED light. I absolutely love an LED light. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the finished project. I really can't. Rachel's doing an amazing job. And she's doing that, crafting while we're here. Craft along. I love it. Absolutely fabulous. Now, talking of crafting along, I'm going to use this gorgeous Nordic reindeer. It's absolutely beautiful. I saw Sarah do some amazing things with this die on the masterclass. Oh, that did sound posh again. Masterclass. A masterclass. Debbie, a masterclass.
Come on,
class. I know, any old class. But honestly, she did some amazing things, so do go and check that out if you can. I'm going to use this gorgeous die, but I'm just using it in, I say, a simplistic form again, but in a panel form. I'm going to make a panel. I'm going to use both of the dies this time. So I've taken a bit of white, and I say white, this is a watercolour cardstock because I'm going to colour it in with one of our inks in a moment. But to say how you use this, and again, each one of these dies is a different size. This particular die is just under 6 inches, just under 4 inches. So you can see each one's different, but again, all create this beautiful panel die. Now, if you're not comfortable with popping both in at the same time, just do them separately. Cut it out and then pop the decorative in, or cut the panel out and then put the decorative. Did I say that the right way around? I know what I meant. However, I'm going to go in with both and I'm going to secure it down with some low tack tape. So I've just got that into place, just making sure I've got that nice and even all the way around. Yep, I'm good to go. Pop that down. And then exactly the same on the other side. I'm going to place that down and I'm going to hold that into place. Then again, it is a thin metal die. When I say thin metal die, you only need your thin metal die combination, which is your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and your other cutting plate. Now, you could always use your magnetic shim to hold your die in place. Sometimes I forget that that's what we should do. It's just that I like to visually see what I'm die cutting, which is why I place it facing down into my plates and tape it down, if that makes sense. Now then, let's just lift that off for a second, and again, take off your tape, run that down. I'm going to save that tape because there's nothing wrong with that piece. But when you pop this out, that one pass wonder, again, Derek, just look. It just falls out. Let me just move those to one side for a second. And you can see just how incredible that is. Now, if I hold that up against my top, you'll be able to see it a little bit better.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Look how gorgeous that is. It falls out of that die. I've not done any poking or prodding or anything like that. It's just simply come out of the die. I just think it's absolutely fabulous. Now, it's crying out to be coloured. And this is what you can do. You can choose anything you actually want to colour. I just need to go and grab a bit of water just for a second. I've realised I've left my water over here.
Do you know, I was
Debbie.
just thinking, Debbie, actually,
Yes?
because you held it across that beautiful top that you're wearing today, you would I think your mind would naturally take you to a single colour background or a sparkly background in some way. But actually, that shows you that on the white, that wintry scene, because it is so bold and so beautiful and so detailed, it would work against a background paper in a diorama that was multicoloured, that had no relation to being a winter background, really.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think, a create a card die literally is, it creates a card. It's just down to you what colours you use, what cardstock you use, how you want to put it together. You're going to see Rachel's fabulous creation at the end. I can't wait to see it. But I'll show you some more samples in a moment. But it's just down to your personal choice. What you know and what you're going to guarantee every single time is that you're going to get a one-pass wonder with this die cutting out these panels. How simplistic could that be? But I love that idea, Derek. I mean, you've got that gorgeous sample in front of you, what our lovely Sarah did with those panels, and it is just sensational. Now, all I'm going to do is, as like I said, I'm just going to give it a bit of a colour. Now, I'm not going to colour it all, Derek, because I don't want to use the rest of the time that I've got, but I'm just going to show you just by using your inks, or you could use your things like your tri-blends, or you could use, I'm trying to think of all the other things you could use, anything you wanted. Because I've used watercolour cardstock and this is a water-based product, I'm just going to colour and pick up these items here. So again, let's pop this down. And again, you can just have a nice plate. Like you said, it would look beautiful, just white on white. How gorgeous would that look? But people forget you've got your ink pads, and they forget you can also use it as a colouring medium. We tend to think that you can only use it for stamping with or for distressing with, but you forget you can colour with them as well. One of my favourite ways is actually doing this. I use them ever such a lot. I use my quick dries as well as my water reactive ones. Honestly, I love them. And if you did get a chance, go back and watch that lovely I'm doing it again, Derek. Masterclass. I don't know what it is when I say that. I just say it all the time. Masterclass.
Is it because I come from down south?
It could be. It could be. I'm pretending to be posh and going all posh when really I'm not. I'm just from Yorkshire. I'm a good old Yorkshire girl.
I love Yorkshire. Yorkshire is my home as well. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's real people and real air, isn't it?
Absolutely. What real air as in? I've got real air.
Fresh air.
Oh, fresh
Not
air.
hair.
I thought you meant real air. I'm thinking,
No.
yes, thank you very much. I've got my own real air.
Not hair.
Sorry.
Air.
Oh, hair.
I don't have an accent.
Oh dear. So again, just carry on and painting that in. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to colour it all in. I just want to show you what you can do with them. You think of all the other mediums that you have. That's just a couple there. What I'm just going to do is quickly wipe that down just for a second.
Well, Sarah had cut hers out in black, and I think it was on the night before Christmas actually one, and she'd actually taken some shadows with the gilding wax
Oh, gosh.
into that top detail, so it was almost like some of the stars shining down onto the top of the sleigh and the top of the rooftops and everything else. And that was brilliant. I mean, really, really good.
Absolutely. Now, I've already coloured one in and I've made it ready. I've used my fire brown to colour in my lovely reindeer and then my seal brown to colour in my trees. I've used a bit of blue just to touch over the mountain tops there, and I've actually run it through onto my Xyron. But what I'm going to do now, pop that to one side because I'm going to use that again. I've taken a piece of cardstock and given it a little bit of distress edge around the edge there. But think of all the other things that you have in your stash. Think of all the papers that you have in your stash. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up because that's going to fit just behind the back there. And if I have got a little bit left over, it doesn't matter because I can trim that down. But just placing that on the top. Oh, do you know what it's crying out for? Crying out for a bit of sparkle.
Yes.
I think I might give it a little squirt. Have I got any sparkle sprays in it? Oh, we have. Let me get Brenda out. Let me get Brenda out. Any old excuse to get Brenda out. Let me pop that down there. Let me grab this sparkle spray. Which colour's this? Oh, it's my favourite, pearl glitter. I love this one. Absolutely my favourite. Do I have favourites? Oh, wait a minute. Derek, I might need some help. Oh, I don't know what's gone off there, but my goodness. But as I'm going to do it, look at this. Look at this. Who's this? Who's this leaving these bits behind? Oh, was it that Sarah? Wait till I see her on Wednesday. But all I'm going to do is give it a nice little short. And you can see I'm not holding it really close to the project. Lift it up and give it nice little short, sharp bursts. Oh, lovely. Oh, I love that smell of glitter spray. Shouldn't really say that, should I? But no. I do. I love the smell of it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes,
but
with your mask on, Debbie, please.
well, yes.
We've all got them now.
But look, it just adds that little touch of sparkle there. I don't know if you can see that little sparkle without having to use my sparkle pens, although I could have used my sparkle pens. But that's just given me a really nice little glitter in. And let's just bring our card in. Now, Derek.
Yes, my love.
The gold card.
Oh, yes, that's included in the big bundle.
I knew it was on the show. I didn't want to tell you like at the beginning. I thought, I'm not going to say anything. Now, I've taken a piece of 8x6 cardstock. And then I did exactly the same, but did it by 9x6 and scored it down at 1 inch to literally fold that back on itself to give myself a nice big panel card, and it's going to give myself a nice fold back. So that's one way you could use it. White stamping card is my go-to. I make all my card bases. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love doing it with white stamping card. But I've just done a bit of matting and layering onto some black matte cardstock, using that gorgeous solar gold glitter card. And if you are going for the whole collection, that will be coming to you totally free of charge. And then I'm just going to pop that on because I want to give it a bit more sparkle. I'm going in full on sparkle here, Derek, full on sparkle. Fold that back. I've made myself a little panel that I'm going to stick on there as well on the front. So I just want that to be halfway across. Let me just make sure I've got that just by lining it up, and that's how I do this when I'm doing it at home, so that I know which piece to put down. There we go, and stick that on. There we are. And that means it's nice and centralised. There we go, looks there, that's fine. And then I'm going to layer on now my panels, but I'm going to use some of our foam pads. Let's put, oh, that's a big foam pad. My goodness. Oh, I need to chop that down. That's massive. It's huge. Has Craig been leaving lots of big bits behind? It's a big one, that one. Right, let's just pull that off. And then I'm going to stick that onto my panel. There we go. And again, all I'm going to do now, that's just lifted that off, is add a little Christmas sentiment, which is Happy Christmas. I'm going to put one in that corner. Oh, let me just get that right. There we go. In fact, make sure it's not on wonky, Debbie. There we go. Happy. And then we're going to pop Christmas. And you think of all the sentiments you have in your collection as well. I know if you're anything like me, and Rachel probably will be in agreement with this, we have a fair few Christmas sentiments, as you do. You're always collecting them. But there you go. Literally, there you go. You've got a beautiful, great big panel card courtesy of that gorgeous Nordic reindeer. But again, how fabulous that is. And that's using that gorgeous Christmas cardstock that you're getting with it as well. Absolutely fabulous.
Beautiful.
I love these dies.
Yeah, they are brilliant. Actually, do you know what I was just thinking before you started adding it to the gold and adding the sparkle? That panel of the Nordic reindeer, the way you coloured it and everything else, would be right for those people. You know, there are those people, and listen, I don't quite suffer from it because my birthday's in early November, but there's a lot of people with birthdays in late November and through December, and it's really difficult to get them the right kind of birthday card. So wouldn't it be nice, actually, to give them a sort of a winter-themed card without it being overly Christmas and still reflecting the time of year that their birthdays? I mean, some people are born on Christmas Day, aren't they?
I know, my grandson could be born on Christmas Day.
I
My
don't know
new
why that made me
grandson
laugh.
is due Christmas.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I keep saying Boxing Day and she keeps shouting at me, but it is, I think it's Boxing Day. Well, I mean, who knows? Could come when he wants. But yeah, what a great idea though, Derek. That's a fabulous idea. We forget people have birthdays, and that design truly doesn't scream Christmas at you.
Yeah.
It can be used for lots of other occasions as well through winter.
Yeah, and just the way it was coloured there gave it a completely different accent, which I really, really loved. Oh, that could scupper the Christmas Day cooking plans then, Debbie, somewhat, couldn't it?
Just a little, let me tell you. She didn't plan that one very well, did she?
The poor old sprouts, they won't know whether they're coming or going.
She's going to kill me if she's watching.
Yeah.
She's going to kill me.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably wasn't thinking, oh, now hang on just a moment, just let me check the date first. Anyway, let's go back to Plymouth, shall we? Just to raise the tone of the show again, hopefully. Let's go back to Rachel in Plymouth. Now, Rachel, I'm thinking in terms of Christmas sentiments, I'm thinking probably you've only got one or two Christmas sentiments, surely.
Oh, yeah, just the one or two.
Yeah. Is it 100 or
But
1,000?
I'm always adding to it.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. You keep seeing new ones, and actually there is an irresistibility, and I'm sure you know. I mean, you were part of the Crafters Companion family before you actually became part of the Crafters Companion family, and every time something new comes along, it is always new, isn't it? It's not just a rehash of what has already been. Everything's brand new, and you kind of want everything.
You need everything. It's
That's
not
the thing,
want,
isn't it?
It's need.
Yeah, that is true. The amount of times where I've been sat here, and you know I've only been here 5 minutes. I know I keep saying that, but I've only been here like a few weeks.
Yeah.
And everything I see on the show, and I don't come to here as a crafter, so I don't have previous, months and months of crafting. It's around me in my life, in my family, and people I know. I haven't been that person, but I am now. I certainly am now. It's amazing. I mean, it's brilliant. It really is. Now, Rachel, you've got our layering stencils, which we're going to feature in the show, which seems to be running away so quickly. I can't believe we've got just over half an hour left already. We could do with a 4-hour show, really, couldn't we? And you've got our layering stencils there, haven't you? And you've been working your magic on them.
Yes, I've made a couple this week. And there's one I'm actually playing with. Well, I was playing with before we started the show this afternoon.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'll show you that in a minute as well. This one, I decided rather than using the quick dries or the water reactives, I'd go for the opaque inks.
Oh, now that's stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love that.
Now,
I love that.
Isn't that soft and atmospheric? Now, that's the Radiant Roses, isn't it, that one?
Yeah. So
Isn't
that came out really well. And I used a bit of the Midas Metallics for the background. Can't really see it. It's not shimmering very much, but it does shimmer.
It's got that lovely softness to it though as well, and that opaque. Well, the pigment ink there is just absolutely beautiful. It's just got that lovely finish to it. I love the layering stencils because you can layer them up in so many different ways using different mediums. You could start with one, can't you, Rachel? And then you could end up chucking another one on, or some glitter paste, or some textured paste,
absolutely.
and you can build up different layers, which is what I love about them. I'm dying to see more. Have you got more?
I have. I used the opaques on this one again, but this one I actually put embossing powder over the top of the flower, so that you've got a real nice shine to the flower.
Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's just so right now, isn't it, where we are in the year, full of summer, everything in full bloom, volume turned up to the max in terms of colour. That's beautiful.
And then I started this one, and I was just having a bit of fun with drawing through the stencil with my aqua pens, and then dragging out the colour.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I haven't actually finished that one, but I thought I'd start with the flower and then do the other layers afterwards, so that the water didn't react with them. But yeah, those aqua pens, they do spread out quite a lot, because that's just a line around the outside that's created all that colour.
And so you've just used your brush, have you?
I've just used a water brush to drag out the colour. So I used the fine end on the pen, on the aqua pen, and just drew the outline, and then dragged the colour out with the water brush. So
that's incredible. I'm surrounded by so much talent, honestly. I'm always completely and utterly in awe. It's brilliant. But don't you find as well, Rachel, that, you know, I mean, I guess you know a myriad of crafting techniques, but this is kind of like Crafter's Companion feels like a centre of excellence, because it doesn't just sell you
the products
stuff.
Do make it easy for you to produce something gorgeous.
Yes, and you're not just buying packets of stuff that you're pulling off a shelf, and you have to then work it all out for yourself, and you might go right, you might go wrong. And if you go wrong with something you don't feel supported with, where does it go? It goes to the bottom of the pile, and you think, okay, well, I'll try something else. It must have been my fault. But with the backup and the support that we've got here,
absolutely, and all these programs. I mean, I know you know there's a certain amount of selling product, but you are being shown how to get the best out of those products, you know, which is so important, because you're spending good money on these things. You want them to work, and we have all of that backup and support, and, you know, being shown all these different things. It's so true.
You make a really good point, actually, Rachel, because I've worked, I mean, loads of people here in the UK would have seen me here, there and everywhere on a lot of different channels, some of which where I almost have to climb through the camera and scream and shout at you to sell a product because it needs selling. These products, I mean, seriously, I've never had a more relaxed time. I mean, this doesn't feel like selling at all. It really doesn't, because the products, it's the quality of the products that stands up for itself. And even I look at the price tags and I think to myself, well, if I had a commercial brain, if this was my business, I know those prices could be higher. But the fairness of the prices here, I have to say, and I'm not being paid to say those words. I'm saying it of my own free will. Anyway, listen, Rachel, I'll be back to you to find out how we're getting on with the Christmas, with the night before Christmas in a wee while. So I'm sure you're just sort of finishing that off, and I'll show everyone the stencil with Debbie, and then I'll be back with you as well. So this collection of the layering stencils, and layering stencils I hadn't really got until I think it was yesterday morning's show, I think it was, where I really got the whole concept of layering stamps and stencils and how versatile that made the offering. So this is a collection of 4, and obviously Debbie will go through them in a little bit more detail for you. So we've got Perfect Poppies. We've got Radiant Roses, which is absolutely beautiful, perfect for this time of the year. We've got Pretty Peonies, one of my favourite types of rose. And you've got Delicate Daisies as well. So all 4 of those, £22, $33. Of course, I'm well aware that every time I read out a price from these graphics, that most of you are not paying anywhere near that price anyway. So I don't even know why I bother telling you those prices, because most people are not paying them, Debbie, because Club Inspire is your friend, isn't it?
Absolutely. And can I just tell you, honestly, when you talk about crafts and people getting into crafts, and sometimes maybe a machine or dies are a little bit, a bit like your price range. These things are so easy to use. These stencils are so easy. They're a great price. You just need a couple of inks. And I'm telling you, the results that you're going to get each and every single time are going to blow your socks off, because layering stencils are fabulous. They can be used individually. When you bring them all together, they look sensational. Now, I've just got some boards here. Now, there are large boards, so I'm going to show you this in a two-way, a kind of sliding section. But I'm just going to show you the timeless lilies. So stencil number 1, you get this solid background of the lily. Stencil stencil number 2, and again, look how beautiful they look separately. You can use them separately if you want to, is the more detailed effect. And then stencil 3 is the background. But when you bring it together, look how beautiful that looks. And depending on how you use it, you've already seen how Rachel showed different ways that you can use them with different inks, different effects. That's what you're going to be able to do. Now, this one is the beautiful, pretty peonies. It is a peonies then. That's what I used to call them, peonies. I make myself laugh. I honestly used to spell it phonetically. So I used to go peonies. That's how I looked at it. But someone kindly told me that a peony is a beautiful flower, which I have to agree with because they're one of my favourite flowers now. But again, you see the stencil layers. So this is stencil number 1. This is stencil number 2. This is that. I mean, look at that background stencil there. It's to die for. I would use that on its own. It looks absolutely stunning. But when you bring it together, look at this gorgeous detail there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's the pretty peonies. Thank you very much, Derek. Now we've got the delicate daisies, and the delicate daisies, nothing delicate about these, they are stunning. So again, stencil number 1, stencil number 2, which is the added detail, stencil number 3, look at this one, look how gorgeous that stencil is. And when you bring that together, look at that sensational, beautiful background there with those lovely daisies, just look absolutely beautiful. And then lastly, we've got the radiant roses. So again, stencil number 1, stencil number 2, background stencil number 3, bring that all together and look how that looks. It's just fabulous.
Wowzers.
It gives you texture, Derek. It gives you texture. You know what I'm saying about how easy they are to use? They really, truly are very simple to use. So let's put that to the test. I've taken some white stamping card and I've got my beautiful timeless lilies for this one. I had to have a look down there because I couldn't remember what I'd done. But each one of these stencils is layered. Well, I say layered.
Debbie,
numbered.
can I just very, very quickly jump in, because the timeless lilies isn't in the main bundle of 4, but is available on its own as well, because we didn't have enough of it to make up the quantity of the whole bundle. Just so that you know, it's fine, because in the bundle is the poppies. Oh, what you like, Debbie Robinson.
Well, where's my poppies gone, Derek? Where's my poppies gone?
Radiant roses, pretty peonies and delicate daisies, but the lily one is available just on its own outside of that, which is individually. Just so everyone knows, Debbie, that's all.
It's a good job. You see, I joked earlier on about you just being sat down there, relaxed with your cup, head in time, said that, you didn't do anything, just sat there, but you're keeping me in check. You know me, I run away with myself sometimes. I'm a bit like Sarah in that respect, that I get a bit carried away and I get running away with things. However, you keep me in check, so thank you very much.
No problem.
Can I use my lilies?
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, we love lilies.
That's okay then.
We all love lilies.
So let me show you how easy this is to use. Now there's two ways you can do this. Well, 3 ways actually. You could use our repositional spray. And has she been in this room again? Can I just say, has our lovely Sarah been in the room?
Yep.
It's disappeared. Well, what's she like? This purple tin of repositional spray is called Stick and Spray, and you can spray the back of your stencil and you can attach that, and it's low tack so it holds it into place. However, I am going to just do it freehand, but there is another thing you can do as well, Derek. You can also use some low tack tape and you can stick that down and hold it into place using the low tack tape. And that's what I think I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to use my low tack tape to anchor that down. Now, if you're using things like textured pastes and all those kind of things, definitely anchor it down. It's the best bit of advice I can give you. Now, I'm going to start off with the first colour. Now, I'm going to use quick dry for this particular one. A nice big solid stamp, and I'm going to use one of our lovely latex sponges, which are from Spectrum Noir. And again, I'm just going to go straight over and put down my colour. Now, our lovely Rachel did mention you could use your opaque inks and your clear embossing powder to get a different effect. If you did watch the masterclass yesterday, I've reverted back to native tongue there. Masterclass. If you did watch the masterclass yesterday with our Leanne, she'll have gone through all those different ways that you can use them, and that technique that you can do with the opaque inks is just beautiful. It really is, as our lovely Rachel showed with that gorgeous sample she shared with us. Now, again, I'm just taking this straight over, Fabulous, lovely. Oh, he's fetching me some repositional spraying. Little angel, thank you very much. But look at that pop of colour on there already, Derek.
Wow.
When I lift this off, and I'm going to take my tape off, look how gorgeous that is. Now, already, I can see that coming together. Little top tip, either warm soapy water or a nice gentle wipe. No cloths with any, pokey bits out. Do you know what I mean by that, Derek?
Pokey bits out.
Pokey bits,
like scrubbers.
Like a texture. Yeah, none of those. You don't want to be using those. Not at all. But you... I'm not going to whisper what he just said in my ear then. My goodness, dearie me. I hope Rachel switched off. That's all I'm going to say. So again, I'm going to pop that down on the top. I'm going to bring in my next colour, and I think I'm going to stay with the quick dry for this particular one. What I love about quick dry is that it's an instant dry. Once it's on there, it ain't moving anywhere onto your cardstock. And I'm going to use the red to add this extra bit of detail. There is some leaves though, so best little tip, a spongy to go over the areas is always a good one. Do you know? Oh, she says, going over edge. But to get that detail a little bit better, you can use this, and it does make a difference on that, Derek. So again, I'm going to go over these parts, and this is the added detail. Love these.
I've just had brainwaves, Debbie.
Them. What's your brainwave?
You know, we were talking about this is the kind of detail that you're getting into the centre of the petals now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about this morning when we were in the Garden of Love with the flower forming foam. Could you use this stencil over the flowers to get that little bit of detail in there? Would
Of course
that work,
you could.
do you think?
Of course you could, yes. Of course you could. Could do anything you wanted with those.
That's the third idea I've had today. That's amazing. Oh, can I just throw a quick spanner in the works as well?
Yes, you
Debbie?
can.
Can you remember the green that you coloured the trees with in that in the last demo with the Christmas?
I can do indeed. It was the grasshopper.
Lovely, because
Yes.
I forget who asked, but somebody did, and I thought, I wonder if I'll get a chance, and what would be the best chance to ask you that question. But I thought, I'll throw it in randomly when you're doing something completely different.
Oh, bless you. Now, I'm just using our lovely, this one is the Spring Meadow, but I am going to add a little bit of grasshopper to it. Now, normally, and it's only because of time that I'm conscious of, I would have taken that off before adding the leaves and then popped it back down there and then coloured the leaves in, because a quick dry ink stays wet on a non-porous surface the minute it hits the... Wait a minute, I've got that the right way around. I think I've got that the right way around. It stays wet while it's on the stencil.
Yeah.
But the minute it hits the cardstock, it's dry. So obviously you've got, like Debbie's just done, a little bit of a what's that word?
Cross-contamination.
Thank you very much, Derek. Thank you very much. He's here to help today. Really is helping me out. But again, I'm just going to go in with the grasshopper and add a little bit extra. So it's giving it a little bit of dimension. So it's adding a little bit more. It's almost like giving it a bit of shading without having to do any colouring. And let me tell you about these fabulous stencils. That's exactly what it is. You don't have to colour. If you're not, if you're not an expert in colouring, or you're a bit scared of colouring, these are going to be a brilliant addition, because you don't have to do any of that. And already it looks quite arty. Lift that off and you can see now, look how gorgeous that's looking, Derek. It's looking absolutely fantastic. And I haven't finished, because that could be kept on its own if it wanted, but when you add the background, and again, I'm just going to anchor it down with my low tack tape. However, I am going to show you the spray that I was talking about, the stick and spray, the repositional spray. That's what you would adhere to the back of your stencil. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm bringing in now Lemon Tonic. Can I just give them a little heads up about the other colours?
Yeah, definitely.
They're due in this week. They're on the way.
New
Am
ones?
I allowed to say that?
New ones, Debbie?
Yes. No, do you know the pinks and the yellows have been out of stock?
Oh, right. Yes.
They're due back in, so hang fire. They're going to be on their way. They are, and that's just me just probably speaking out of term. And
Debbie, what day do you think it would be best to check back in?
Oh, you're all right asking me that. I don't know if I'm supposed to have divulged that information.
You see, you've told us half of it. You may as well tell us the other half.
I know I have. Well, I would check in at end of week, I would just say.
Okay.
Yeah, just check in at the end of the
I'm
week.
going to be back from, because I'm on the day 4 of my 4 days with you, and then Joe's back tomorrow through until Wednesday, and then I'm back with you by Thursday. So by Thursday, we should have that gossip licked completely. It might even appear for the first time in Thursday's cartload. I'm purely speculating, but I will know by the time I walk back in this building at 9 a.m. UK time, which is when we start our day. I will know what the gossip is, I think. So, yeah, I'll keep in touch.
Now, I've lifted off my third stencil, and can you see now? I mean, we could keep that border on if we wanted, but I actually trimmed mine down. But look how fabulous that looks. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, this one here, I used all water reactive inks. Can you see the difference between the colours?
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe, back. Hang on. He's coming in early.
Is that because you said his name? You said his name, didn't you?
You're not due in until tomorrow morning. What are you doing here?
You said his name though. I heard you say Joe, and that's why it gets stuck in my head, you see, Derek, and then that's it.
In fairness, what you can't see at home right now is the fact that Debbie can't. If we look across the studio, we can't actually see each other because there's cameras and screens and all sorts in the way. So it's an easy mistake to make.
Thank you very much. But what I was saying, Derek.
Well done.
Got that right. Is the difference in the colours. So, and
yes.
I'm not saying the colour because they all work in harmony with each other, but you get a different texture and depending on the cardstock you use as well. Now, I've popped my panel on. I'm all ready. I think what I'm going to do is make a little bit of a box. So I've got my box already cut to size, and I've already wrote on it. Where's my pokey tool? There's my pokey tool. I've already wrote on it. Now, if you're wondering the box size, I've done this 8 by 10, cut 2 pieces out at 8 by 10, and I've scored halfway round on my Scoremaster at 1.5 inches all the way around on the base side, which is what this one is, the base, and I've done exactly the same with the lid, 1.5 all the way around to give myself a really nice deep box for this one. But honestly, this, I mean, you'll have seen the tutorials with our lovely Sarah, but I'm just going to quickly whip off my tape.
I wonder if that box would be big enough for a slice of humble pie.
Oh, bless you.
I tell you what I do want. You know that panel that you've made? I know you're about to put it onto the top of a box, but I tell you where I would like that right now. You know one of those affordable frames that you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
I'd want it to go straight into one of those deeper affordable frames, you know, from the blue and yellow store. I'm not sure if you have that in the US, but here in the UK we have a blue and yellow store where you follow all the arrows right the way around the store.
What
You know
store?
the one. You know the one that does the meatballs.
I've never stepped foot inside one.
Oh, have you not?
Nope, I've never stepped foot inside one in my life.
Oh.
Stop the front door, or what is it? Shut the front door and everything else.
Debbie Robinson.
No, that's a little bit of... I have never, ever
never been to
in one.
IKEA that
Never.
we have here in the UK, which is a Swedish store. I don't know, do you have that in the US? Do you have IKEA or anything similar to... Sorry, we call it IKEA here. They call it IKEA in Sweden. Anyway, I don't know why we're going down this road, Debbie. Must nearly be the end of the show, I think.
Right, Derek, let's go back to what I was doing,
Back
you
to your
little
box.
devil, what you like. So I'm going to pop this box together. This is my box lid, and if you're wondering what I've done with the panels, I've just used that number 3 stencil to create that little background. That's now going to go over the top of my base, so I'm going to pop that down. Let's pop my box together, get yourself in there. There we go. I'm going to add on my panel just at the top, and my panel, and I'll fill it with humble pie, I promise, Derek. I promise, I will do. I'm
Chocolate
so
will
ashamed I've got your name wrong twice
Chocolate
today
will
now.
do. It's
absolutely disgusted with myself.
Leanne called me Eric yesterday. It's fine. It's fine. You should see what Starbucks call me on the cups. All sorts.
Bless you. Now I'm going to cover that little bit. I'm going to put a little sentiment, and I'm going to finish that off with a bow. Let's pop the bow. Let's go up that top part. I'm going to use some of my hot glue gun there, and then I've coloured one of my satin ribbons in with one of my classic markers to match there, and we've got ourselves a beautiful box using that gorgeous stencil. They're all beautiful, these stencils, they really, really are, and just showing you what you can create with them. They are fabulous, easy, super easy. Is it lemon squeezy? What's that one?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, that's the one.
Indeed. These stencils are super easy to use, but super effective. Can I show you a few samples? Have I got a bit of time to show you samples?
Yeah, of
Can't
course you
believe
have.
where time's going.
Of course you have.
Derek, I cannot believe where the time is going. But look how beautiful some of these samples are. That's absolutely gorgeous. Look, perfect poppies. There it is. There it is. I just don't know what happened to me board with me poppies. I think I've misplaced it. I blame Jake. There we go. But again, just showing you what you can do so you can create your own background with that number 3 stencil and then popping that panel on the front. You're going to be able to create... do you know what? That poppies is absolutely beautiful. I thought I'd lost some out of there then. But you can see how beautiful that poppies is. Again, the lilies is gorgeous in different colours. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? It's like a pyramid. Is it a pyramid card they call that? I think it's a pyramage. I think that's the way you call it. But look how gorgeous that is. It's absolutely fabulous. Using the stencils very cleverly, you're going to be able to create some beautiful cards, beautiful boxes. Like you just said with the frames, a little piece of artwork as well, using a frame, a cheap as chips frames as I call them. You're going to be able to create some really stunning effects. And at that price for all of them, I mean, it's a win-win.
I think that store I'm talking about and other stores are available, I feel compelled to say. I think you'd be all right in there, Debbie, actually, because they've got arrows on the floor and you just follow the arrows all of the way around. You can't go wrong, Debbie. I think even you'd be all right in there. And listen, can I just say, you've broken the Debbie Robinson law as well today.
What's that?
Because not once have you referred to it once by the wrong name, but not once today have you used your chunky glue.
I know.
And you called it by its Sunday name earlier as well, didn't you?
3D collage glue. Yeah, I'm a changed woman. If you believe that, you believe anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell it to the judge. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the days of chunky glue have not gone, don't worry. Right, let's look at your layering stencils. Now, there are 4 in the bundle. The lilies isn't in the bundle. I'm going to show you the lilies anyway. So in the bundle, you have your perfect poppies that we've just seen with Debbie there, your radiant roses, your pretty peonies, and your delicate daisies as well. Now, also available individually on its own, and we've just seen the demo with Debbie as well, is the lilies. Now, that's the only one that's not in the bundle that is available individually. You can buy them all individually, or 2 for, is it £13, $19? Yeah. So you can get the lilies, but only part of it as an individual or as a multi-buy if you want the lilies. And you know what now, Debbie, you've done a demo on the lilies. Everyone, guess what, wants the lilies stencil. But there you go, me included, I have to say. Right, let's go back to Plymouth then, shall we? Let's go back and see Rachel and find out how she's getting on. How long have we got left in the show? Oh, like 15 minutes already. How has an hour and 3/4 gone so quickly, Rachel? I mean, actually, well,
amazing.
Days of your life must go missing all the time as an experienced crafter anyway.
Yes, yeah. Because I've been on split furlough from work, so
right.
I've had quite a lot of crafting time recently, which is great. So
can I be super nosy? Well, listen, I'm asking permission. I'm going to be anyway, because it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask permission, apparently, isn't it? So what do you do in your other life then, in the time where work has to get in the way of crafting every now and again? So what's that for you?
So the day job, I shuffle bits of paper. I'm an administrator.
Okay.
Yeah, I head up an admin team for financial advisors in Plymouth.
Fantastic.
So by day I shuffle bits of paper, and by night I stick them together.
Yeah. So you make the money there.
And then spend it on all the craft stuff, yes.
Perfect. And see, all the 4 walls are still holding the house up and everything. It's amazing, isn't it?
I know.
Life still rolls on. Anyway, listen, we're ready for that moment. We are ready for that moment. If I had a drum, I'd roll it. But come on, let's show us where you are.
Oh
my gosh. Slightly
God.
to the left, slightly to the left. To your left, Rachel.
Oh, sorry, my left, yeah.
No, perfect.
Oh, wow. Can you see where Rachel's on the design team, Derek?
Yeah, just a bit. Oh, my word, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Let's all just take a moment, shall we, and enjoy that.
Just absolutely. That is stunning. absolutely stunning. How all of that sparkle background, how that beautiful panel dye is being created, the lights behind the back, adding those extra little details, that Let It Snow dye, which is a very old dye, Rachel, I remember that one, and those beautiful snowflakes. That is a work of heart that I would love to have hanging on my wall. It's absolutely stunning.
It is stunning.
You have knocked that right out of the ballpark, Rachel. It's beautiful.
Rachel,
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, but I don't want to. I don't want you to cause you any injury. I mean, we've nearly had enough in this studio already today, as it is. But are you able to make that room slightly darker so that we can see the effect in slightly darker surroundings? Because you've got the lights inside that you've done, the little LEDs on the wires as well. And I just think this is going to be super. I mean,
is that a bit better?
Oh, that's the moment.
Oh, honestly.
That is the magic.
I am speechless. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I hope you're going to do a tutorial, Rachel.
I can do, absolutely.
That would knock that right out of the park. Your Sunday afternoon tutorials, oh my days, that's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous.
I think that does need to happen, because it's funny as well, isn't it? When you were showing us the backgrounds earlier, and it's funny when Debbie held up the Nordic reindeer in front of her multicoloured beautiful top today, it allowed things that shouldn't in your mind go together to go together perfectly. So the Nordic reindeer and Debbie's top, and remember when you first created your backgrounds and you showed us the backgrounds, and I guess quite a few people might have thought, oh, now how's that going to work with a Christmas themed dye like this? You know, how are those two worlds going to come together? And show us again, please. Please show us again. This is truly a magic moment for me. This is why I love it. Just to the left again, if you will. Look at that.
Do you know what this is, Derek? This is the reason we have Craft House.
Yeah.
And this is why we invite our gorgeous, lovely people into our Craft House.
Yeah.
For them to show you. You watch us give inspiration. What's wonderful to see, which we've seen time and time again with all our other lovely craft experts who come in. It's allowing us and allowing them to share their beautiful makes using our products and showing them, oh my days, stunning work. Rachel, that's gorgeous. I've seen the comments. The comments are going crazy. There's a lot of love for that. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. It is mwah.
It's been my pleasure. I've really enjoyed making it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Honestly, that is a real special moment. I feel so proud on your behalf as well. Like, I feel the pride as well. And again, you know, it's those amazing products, and just adding those lights. I mean, really, that just took that project to a completely different dimension. And I like thinking outside of that kind of box. Do you tend to experiment quite a lot and say, right, okay, I'm going to break some rules. I'm going to give it a try. You know,
I do like to look at a product and you know what it's intended for, and I want to look almost like, you know, those the 3D magic eye images.
Yes.
Is look through it and see what else you can do with it on top.
That is amazing. We've got to get images of that all over all of our Facebook pages and everything else. Will you share it with us, Rachel? Get some pictures and share it with us all, so we can share it on as well.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
amazing. Listen, thank you for your time as well, because I know. Well, listen, I know you would be sat there doing exactly the same, no doubt, whether you were with us live or not. But thank you so much for being with us, because it takes a bit of gusto and courage to do this as well, in front of what will be thousands of people as well, because this lives on forever and ever for people to watch back. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been lovely.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.
Listen, we would like more of you to come and join us in the Craft House as well. So if you think that you have got what it takes, and listen, we're very, very kind, no matter who's, we're all very, very friendly, whether it be myself or Joe and Craig and Debbie and Fiona and Sarah, we are. And I know it sounds so cliche to say we are all one happy family, but honestly, so true. I have never been welcomed into a place of work like this ever, and I just love it. But listen, please do. I'm going to be with you over the next few weekends for Craft House, actually. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry. Don't worry. No, it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. You don't need a video on standby. I'm not going to cry. Drop us an email. They had a Club Inspire VT waiting just in case. You can drop us an email to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send us a couple of pictures of your cards. Maybe, you get these dies in the next few weeks and you do something a little bit off-piece, a little bit different with them. Then please do get in touch. Right, okay. We are going back to our Edgeable collection right now, which is not those, Derek. It's these. One of the most versatile set of Edgeable dies I think you could ever wish for, to be honest with you, until the next set that comes along, that will one day, you just know. But these are great. So you've got heart confetti, you've got party cakes, which we did the demonstration earlier with the lovely cupcakes. We've got cascading circles, which is so, so beautiful. Elegant rose, my favourite, which is the balloons, because you can use it for so, so many different things. And you've got butterfly breeze as well. They are lovely. All 6 of those, £38, $66. And I think we've got about 7 minutes, Debbie. Sorry, because I was drawing on then. I'm so sorry. It's all yours, my lovely.
No pressure, Derek, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done. So I'm going to show you how to use this cascading beautiful Edgeable die, and this is the one that we're going to make. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the design of this. It's got that beautiful bubble feature. It's just beautiful. And again, as with an Edgeable, you have the outside cutting edge all the way around here, and it stops down. It comes to a little point. You have a point at the top, a point at the bottom, and you can see that cuts out. This is the bit that remains in the cardstock. So whenever you're using these, that's all you need to remember. Whatever you want to stay connected in your cardstock, use to keep in that cardstock. That's all you need to remember. Very, very simple to use. Now I've taken a couple of panels to create this card. I've taken a couple of little panels and I'm just going to literally die cut them out. Now again, with that in mind, remembering what I just said, the bit that I want to stay in that cardstock is this piece here. So I know that that's not the outside cutting edge, and I know with confidence that when I put this on, and I'll turn my plate around, that you can see that that fits on there beautifully. And again, all we're going to do is tape it down, hold it into place, tape that down. And if you were using this on the side or the edge of a card, and I'll show you with the second panel in a moment what I mean by that, I'll show you how you place that into effect. But this creates my lovely panel. Thin metal die combination, exactly the same. Clear shim, magnetic shim, cutting plate, and run that through your Gemini. Now these dies will actually fit through your Mini as well. So the Gemini Gemini Mini, they will fit through there as well. And obviously go through all your bigger machine and all your other machines that you may have. Now then, if I just pop that off for a second, you'll see now that what that has done has created, and I've just literally cut it to size. I mean, even these waste bits, they're not bits that I would be wasting. I'd be cutting these out into a different colour and colouring those in, but literally just poke out all your other little bits and you've got this beautiful fine detail. Just love this design. It's absolutely glorious. One of my favourites. I know we keep saying we shouldn't have favourites, and it's so hard when you see how beautiful they are. I'm going to put that onto that black sponge so you can see just how delicate and fine that is. It's absolutely stunning. Now I popped a little score line in there. So these panels, they measured at, and if I just give you the correct measurements, 4 by 6, and then I've popped a score in an inch in as well. So that means I've got that to be able to fold round, and when I've added the acetate, and I'll show you in a moment exactly what that means. Now, I just wanted to just quickly explain, if you were using it on the top of your cardstock, so for instance, if this was the fold of where you want to create your card, you would place these 2 little notches or nicks or whatever you call them onto your score line to be able to create that lovely fold. So that's how you would use them as a standard Edgeable. But again, all I'm going to do, and I'm not going to cut it out because I am aware that time is running out really fast, but you would repeat that. Now if you wanted it to match on the other side, all you would do is turn your cardstock over and line it up and do it that way, and you'll get the perfect, is it called symmetrical design? Symmetrical design. Yes. Thank you very much. Johnny whispered yes. I don't know what you were doing, Derek, there. I can't see you.
I was a bit slow on the uptake there, wasn't I? Because I was thinking, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to ask that question, to be honest with you.
Now, all I've done with these two panels, Derek, is I've actually just used our water reactive ink. So this is our beautiful blue and pink tulip, and I've just added a few little gems on there and popped on the back some red liner tape, because what I want to do is, and I've created myself a little bit of a background panel here. I've taken a piece of cardstock, and I'll give you the measurements for this one. It's 6 by 7. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the acetate to the back of this panel. So I've taken some acetate and measured it just slightly bigger. And I say slightly bigger, I just want to be able to create a dome. So if that's going across there is 7, I've taken that, and I know that this is an 8 by 6, so I've kept the same distance there but created a little bit extra and folded 1/2 inch over and added some red liner tape to that as well. And this is going to create my dome feature. So what I'm going to do is attach it to the back of this panel just by popping that on and slipping that up, make sure I've got that in the right way, and holding that down. And then I'm doing exactly the same with the red liner tape. Remove the red liner tape, but to create that dome, I'm just going to now push that up to the score line and fold that over. And I do like red liner tape for this because it's very strong, very super strong, and holds it into place. But that's created that dome. Can you see the dome now? Just by adding that little bit extra. The bigger the dome, the bigger piece you need to go with your acetate. So again, I'm going to now pop the panels onto the acetate. So that's why I've got my red liner tape, but I just need to make sure that these bits stick down. So I'm going to bring back in my dotty tape pen. Keep your eyes peeled, soon next week maybe.
Which day?
Absolutely. It could well be. I mean, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, but you know, with everything that's been going off, we've been waiting on deliveries for a lot of things, and a lot of things are gonna be coming back in, and I can't wait. So let me just take this side first. So again, holding that into place, I'm going to put the fold line up to there, and I'm just going to make sure I haven't stuck that down just too heavy-handed at the minute. And then I'm going to fold that over as well. Probably would have been better off doing it this way, Derek, where I can fold it over. Oh, careful, Debbie, careful. There we go, just folding that over there. And that holds that into place, and you can see now that and squeezing that down sticks that panel on. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this side. I'm going to just take my red liner tape off. I'm going to pop on a little bit of my now depleted dotty tape pen. I can't wait for it to come back in stock, let me tell you, Derek. I'm very eager, as is everybody else. I'm just going to place that up to the score line, fold that over, and now I've got my dome card that I'm now just going to attach. Oops, sorry about that. Drop that there. You can see it's all attached. Have I got it the right way around? Yes, I have. And then I'm going to place that onto the front of a piece of cardstock that I've already measured to size so that it fits on. And it keeps all these, you know, what I call the gubbins, the mucky bits. It keeps all those at bay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop on some tape. In fact, you know what? I'm going to use my all-purpose glue for this particular piece. Just run that across and attach that to the front of the card. And then all I'm going to do is add on, and do you know what, Derek? Now you mentioned it, I think I'm going to have to bring in the chunky glue.
Hey!
There we go. Let me get my chunky glue on.
Brilliant.
I'm going to slip my little sentiment just in there, which I should have done beforehand. However, it gives me a bit of wiggle time to get that into place, hold that in, and then I can just add a little bow at the top. And we've got ourselves a lovely card using these very modern Edgeables, let me just tell you. And again, very simple, very easy to use, but very, very effective. So there you go. That is the Edgeables all done.
And they all lived happily ever after. Oh my word. Do you know what? That was almost to the second as well in terms of timing. Listen, this show, we could go on for hours and hours and hours more. We've got so much out of it, haven't we? If you think about everything that we have done in the last couple of hours, incredible. And Debbie, as always, you have been a superstar. When are you back with us?
I am going to be back with you next weekend. I'm here for the whole weekend. I may have got a couple or 2 shows, 2 or 3 shows, maybe.
Okay,
So.
do you want the good news or the bad news?
What's the good news?
Good news is it'll be with me.
Yay!
And the bad news?
What's the bad news?
It'll be with me.
Oh!
Sorry.
No, always good news. Always good news.
I know.
Pleasure working with you.
Thank you. You too, my darling, as well. We've had such a laugh, haven't we? Listen, when it doesn't feel like work, when you enjoy what you do, you'll never work again. That's it. I've landed in the right place, I think. Let me give you a quick mention of what's going on tomorrow on Crafters TV. Joe is back with you tomorrow. He's back with you for the next 4 days, and then I'll pop back again. So it's Joe and Craig in the morning. So 11 a.m. in the UK, 6 a.m. on the East Coast. It's pop-up boxes, and it's a masterclass, or a masterclass if you're Debbie Robinson. And then in the afternoon, we've got Joe and Debbie. No, not that one. No, Debbie, our Debbie Fisher is here with Joe tomorrow with Second Chance Sunday, and that is going to be brilliant. So that's going to be a smorgasbord, I believe we call it. A selection of all of your favourite things and so much more. I've had such a good time. I really have. I'm back with you as well on Thursday and back next weekend with Debbie as well. Enjoy the rest of your day and catch up with the other shows that you've been missing, all of those masterclasses that Debbie's been telling you about. You got the chance to catch up with them now, and don't forget Crafters TV back with you on Sunday with Joe, Debbie Fisher and Craig. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.